Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation on Giving Tuesday and Donate Mo, a winning combination. Thank you for joining us today, and my name is Richard Brower. I'm the brand ambassador for Donate Mo, and I'm so glad that you've joined us here today. Today is, in fact, Giving Tuesday, and you're wondering, geez, why would we be doing this today? Well, Giving Tuesday has become such a powerful brand that I know it got you thinking. And it doesn't matter what organization you support, whether it's a faith-based organization, a nonprofit organization. Giving Tuesday is swirling around. If you're like me, your cell phone is probably getting buzzed left and right with announcements. I've just received one from the Presbyterian Church about their engagement with Giving Tuesday. And I saw another one earlier today from the Catholic Church. So this is a very, very powerful brand. And I'm so glad that you're here to join us, not just to review what it is that's making Giving Tuesday such a powerful driver of generosity, but also to introduce you to Donate Mo. So let's get started. Our agenda today is just some simple introductions of myself, Richard Bauer, and Josh Hartsey, who is manning the controls back at our control center. And he is the Vice President of Business Development. He'll be riding shotgun with me today. Second of all, we'll be talking a little bit about Giving Tuesday and providing a little brief history lesson, because it's fascinating when you consider that it hasn't been around that long, and yet look at the impact that it's having, not just in your community, your state, our nation, but around the world. Next up is we'll talk about Donate Mo and what is it all about, and then finally, how can you learn more about this entire suite of products? So let's get started. Giving Tuesday. Well, it's a fascinating thing. I remember it was about 4 years ago when I was first exposed to Giving Tuesday, and then did my first webinar on Giving Tuesday. And it was fascinating to learn that this very new process, this new concept, a brand, if you will, that had somehow been able to encapsulate the power of generosity and really empowered people, and particularly young people, because the platform was all web-based, into building programs around generosity. And to give you a perspective on how short its life has been, it was created in New York in 2012. So this is its 9th year. And it's just a simple idea, a day that encourages people to do good. Why today? Well, if you think of yesterday, Cyber Monday, and then a couple of days back, Black Friday, it's all been about consumerism and buy this, get that. Our minds have been just bombarded. Our eyes, our emails, our text messages have all been bombarded about consumerism. Whereas today on Giving Tuesday, it's all about giving back. And so people become inspired around this notion of Giving Tuesday. It inspires a collective action and generosity year-round and at times of crisis. In fact, in 2020, the Giving Tuesday leadership team said we need to have something to support communities across the globe that are being stressed by COVID-19. And in fact, they did carry out a Giving Tuesday event in the spring of last year, and raising nearly $500 million across the world for a first-time event. Of course, this is something that we've all been living. I don't care what rock somebody might have been under, but everybody's been experiencing COVID-19 in one way, shape, or form or another over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, that all of us have had to embrace it. Where exactly? Well, just a quick snapshot. This is from the Giving Tuesday website. And by the way, if you want to learn more about Giving Tuesday and get some more of the nitty-gritty details, go to their website. It's fantastic. They're so generous, not just with information, but in images that you can leverage, on your own websites to talk about Giving Tuesday. It'll be here next year as well. But look at that. It's not just in the United States. That one little icon, of course, represents everything going on in the 50 states of our union. And then it sweeps on down through Central and South America, leaps the pond into Africa, and then Europe and the Far East. So it is without a doubt an event that's captured the imaginations and hearts of people across the globe. So again, Giving Tuesday can become a part of your organization's giving events throughout the course of any year. It'll happen again next year. So you could start thinking of what could we build around that. It's a great way to engage young people with events, because these can be a one-time event. Perhaps they're supporting some community action activity in their city, or maybe it's something that's one individual has brought to the surface and wants to engage the rest of the faith community. So it's a powerful tool. You don't have to start from scratch. They provide you with all of the digital assets you might need to help promote it internally. And so take advantage of it. Again, next year will be the 10th anniversary. I'm sure there'll be a lot of buzz around it. It'd be great if you could find your organization, whether it's faith-based or nonprofit, and find a way that you too can participate in Giving Tuesday. It'll be very exciting to find out how much more giving was realized today, the 30th of November, in Giving Tuesday 2019. So then you think about this. How then are you leveraging the glowing influence of the Giving Tuesday phenomenon to help grow your ministry's impact within your community? Well, it's important to understand that the Giving Tuesday phenomenon happens online. So whether it's somebody who sees something on their cell phone and they follow it, they read it, they react, and they give, or maybe it's on a website of some nonprofit or a particular church in your community. They've read about it, they're seeing something that engages them, it touches their heart, it gives them a way to express their desire to give of their time, treasure, and talent. So that's a good question to ask. So exactly how much are you providing for tools? Well, it's important to understand that, have you made giving as easy as picking up a cell phone or visiting your ministry's website? I always like sharing the very personal story of when I was first introduced to electronic giving back in 2016. And my question to myself and the person who introduced me to this was, who would ever give this way anyway? And I like to think of myself as being a very forward thinker, very progressive when it comes to engaging technologies. But in the faith-based space, I was absolutely 19th century in my thinking. So maybe you found yourself now, perhaps your faith-based organization, your church is already leveraging an online giving solution, but perhaps you're thinking, it's a little bit harder than I expected it to be to operate. Is there another way? Are there other tools? Maybe this is an opportunity for you to finally become engaged in giving electronic giving solutions. Well, that's what I'm here to share more about, which is Donate Mo. Donate Mo, powered by OVVI. Let me give you a little bit of the history so you can find out, who are we? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that, where are we based in the United States? We are based in Stafford, Texas. We're established with a vision of helping religious entities and nonprofit organizations raise donations or funds efficiently, while offering a simple user experience to encourage donors to give. And that's such a critical characteristic of a successful online giving experience, is that it should be as easy as possible, so that my 84-year-old mom, if she's giving through the platform, she doesn't have to ask me or my kids how to do it. With Donate Mo, you can collect donations, display service or prayer times, share announcements, and much, much more from our intuitive management dashboard. Donate Mo can become the simple solution in meeting all of your fundraising and ministry management goals. Here's the best part. You don't need an IT team to help you roll out your Donate Mo giving platform. If there's anything I've come to learn across my now 5 years of being immersed in the electronic giving world that supports churches in today's environment, is that number one, when I would tell the story of why giving online matters, I would offer up examples like, oh, well, think of the Paradise, California fires of a few years back, or the hurricanes that would roll into Florida or Houston and devastate those communities. What were those churches doing to keep their ministries alive? Well, they were using electronic giving. And so many of my clients over the years had shared with me how these tools have been critical in keeping them going. In some cases, they lost their entire buildings, but they never lost the ability to empower their members to give. We are the ultimate church management and fundraising solution. We support religious organizations. We also provide tools for church management. So whether that's managing the activities of individual members, keeping track of their giving so that you can follow up and recognize their support of the church, that gift of treasure. And if you're a nonprofit organization, membership management is critical to keeping your organization robust and relevant in the community that you serve. So what I want to focus on now with us today is describing those multiple giving platforms that we make available on the Donate Mo platform. So let's start off with the fundamental one, the online giving page. So we provide you with tools that allow you not to have to go in. Remember, I said you don't need an IT team to make this all work. You don't have to disassemble your website. In fact, you just add an online giving button and we build for you the online giving experience and customize it so that when your members look at your website and they go to your giving page, it looks like it's from the same place. So you don't have any of that dissonance that some members, or most importantly, guests, might come upon if they see a web page that doesn't seem to match the website of your church. So fundamental piece, online giving pages, while without a doubt, the other tools I'm going to share with you are important. You want to be able to always keep drawing your members back to your church's website, because that's where you're putting the key information, whether it's events, the calendar of events, whether it's anniversaries, birthdays, all those things, the past sermons. I know one of the churches that's a client of ours, that particular pastor always puts his sermons from each Sunday online, giving everyone the opportunity to go back and watch it. And here's something else that I want to share with you is that in my small church, we're about an average weekly attendance of about 50. We went into a pure virtual mode in March of 2020. We came out of that in June of 2021 to a hybrid mode, and we continue to be in that hybrid mode. And it's not going to go away, because I've got grandparents, great grandparents who are watching our services online from different states, and they're doing it through our church's website. So online giving pages, fundamental piece of your online giving solutions, where you can set up one-time or reoccurring donations using credit and debit cards. Next up is the mobile giving app. What we have made unique about our mobile giving app, again, is that it's custom branding and layouts to match the look and feel of your church's website. It also makes donations easy to bring up, easy to set up, and easy to transact. We also are going to include additional functionality so that you can pipe through your social content and any news feeds, set up push notifications, event calendars, photos and videos that you want to make available, and integrate with your church's social media. Now, again, in my earlier example, a personal example, I shared with you that when it comes to the church service, I would say every single one of my virtual viewers watches our service on their laptop at a minimum or at a desktop for the simple reason because they want to be able to see everything. And there's, without a doubt, it's a little bit more challenging on a smaller screen of a phone, but for your younger demographics, this is what they're accustomed to. Remember, this is a group that probably doesn't know how to use a regular telephone. Next up is the kiosk giving platforms. While other online giving providers are moving away from providing a kiosk solution for their church members, we embrace it because our core company, remember I mentioned that it's Donate Mo, brought to you by OVVI. OVVI is a industry leader in providing solutions in the hotel and restaurant industry. So they are masters at understanding how to create easy payment solutions for the guests of those respective industries. So in this particular graphic, you see a couple of examples of a kiosk. Well, for your solution, imagine that wrapped with the logo of your church, the color scheme of your church, and on that screen, it would reflect what you want it to reflect from your church. Again, it's easy to set up, it's easy to interact with, and it becomes a powerful tool. Right now, as we transition into this first week of Advent and start our march towards Christmas, you and I both know that it's one of the biggest times of the year for new members of your church to arrive for the first time. They don't know they're going to be members, but they're new members to your church. Guests like parents, grandparents, children arriving at the church, how much easier solution it is to be able to just quickly interact with a giving kiosk with the confidence that it's knowing that it comes, like all of our giving solutions, fully PCI level 1 compliant, the highest level that the industry offers. I mean, when you think of the core business and the tens upon tens of thousands of transactions that happen every day through our systems, system integrity is crucial to our business. And I'm here to tell you that we enjoy a buttoned up and a platform that has always enjoyed integrity, never having been touched by those who mean harm. Text to give. For your younger demographics, this is their preferred method of giving. They want to be able to quickly just hit a phone number or maybe click a link that's been presented to them and answer a couple of questions, put the information in, done. After they set up their account, it usually takes just 2 to 3 seconds to give. We can provide you with either a 10-digit or a 5-digit unique number that they can use to leverage text giving. So what is the cost of our resources that we make available? Well, our standard option, which includes the complete back office management, what many of you might recognize as a church management software, that comes with, together with the online giving platform, $99 a month is the typical cost. And then for your custom branded mobile app, that's at $49 a month, and kiosk giving, $25 a month. And what we bring to bear, to bring value to this investment, is that we have our 12-person software development team that's engaging directly with you to make any individual enhancements that you might request, whether it's on your online giving pages or in your mobile app, help you set up your kiosk giving pages and platform. So this is a very involved relationship, in the sense that while you might not need an IT department to support you, we become that for you. But one of the things that we wanted to show our appreciation for you being here with us today was that for participating in today's webinar or watching the recording, your cost for the standard offer is $49 a month. Just $49 a month to be able to take full advantage of that additional functionality. Our 9,000 customers that we support across the country, as well as some internationally, take full advantage of that support that we provide them, so that they can be a dynamic, engaging organization through these online giving tools that we make available. So with that, I want to invite Josh in, and by now I suspect he's got a couple of questions, because I should probably take a moment to breathe. Josh?
Hey, thanks, Richard. Appreciate it. We did have a couple of questions come in. So the first question is on the pricing regarding the $49 rate. Is that ongoing?
Great question. And thank you to today's viewer who asked that. Yes, that's actually ongoing. So for being here today, for saying, I want to learn more about this, or watching the recording and reaching out to the different contact points I'm going to show you in just a little bit, that $49 a month cost for the church management software and your online giving pages, that's from the start all the way through to really as long as you're a member or a client of Donate Mo.
All right, great. And then there's a follow-up question. What is the merchant services rate?
So merchant services is the rate that is charged or against debit or credit cards. So Visa, Master, Discover card. And our rate is 2.5% across all of those different methods of payment, debit or credit card. And it's probably one of the low, and it's not probably, it's one of the lowest ones that's made available to churches and nonprofit organizations currently in the marketplace.
Excellent. Thank you, Richard. And one more question. You touched on this a little bit, but can you talk a little bit more about security with our platform?
Absolutely. Well, one of the key ways of really reinforcing why we can make such a strong statement about our PCI level 1 compliance is that all of that giving, whether it's the online giving pages, whether it's text example or the mobile app, all of that giving is happening on our Donate Mo secure transactional platforms. So when somebody clicks that online giving button on your website, it takes them, even though it looks like they're on your website, it takes them to our pages where all of that activity takes place. Plus, it's on that platform, the Donate Mo platform, where your client, where your church members, your supporters, if you're a nonprofit organization, that's where their names and their methods of payment, and if they've set up a reoccurring gift, all that information resides there in our secure PCI level 1 compliant platform. So if you're not so sure about your website and how secure that is, well, you don't need to be concerned about the security of the Donate Mo online giving pages. Josh?
Excellent. Thanks, Richard. That was the last question we had come in. I don't know if you want to just round us out here.
I most certainly will. So let's take this. I want to again thank each and every one of you who've joined us today. And if you're watching the recording, I want to thank you for taking the time to invest to learn more about Donate Mo. For more information, if you'd like to reach out and would love to learn more about us, but would love to just start off with an email, just reach out at sales@donatemo.com. But if you're one of those brave souls and you want to talk to a real live person, I invite you to dial 1-833-453-0697. Again, that was 1-833-453-0697. 0697. So on behalf of my director, Josh, and myself and the rest of the Donate Mo team that is ready to help you grow online giving and get you ready for Giving Tuesday 2020 when they celebrate their 10th anniversary, but more importantly, to get you ready for one of the two biggest days of giving in the church calendar, which is Christmas. Reach out to us at sales@donatemo.com or dial the number on the screen. Thank you all so very much, and wishing you a very blessed holiday season.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Richard.